Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to science. So today I'm just going to be briefly showing you how to get to the Weather Channel website and how you are going to be able to do step 2 in today's assignment, being able to record weather patterns for your assignment. So why don't we go ahead and get started with the learning target for today. I can observe, measure, record, and compare day-to-day weather changes locations at the same time to include temperature, wind direction, and precipitation. Now, remember, boys and girls, weather is not the same in all locations. Okay, so it's really important that you guys understand that there is a difference between weather and climate. Okay, so I'm going to start typing in what you guys are going to need to be doing on your own. Okay, so as you can see in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see me write www.weather.com. I'm just going to, and this should pop up, the National and Local Weather Radar, daily forecast, and all that very first thing. So we're just going to hit enter. And it takes us right to this page. Okay, so in order to make this easier, as you can see, my setup is already set to Belton, and which you know is just really close to Harker Heights. But just to make it more accurate, especially for where you guys live, we are going to put in the zip code for Harker Heights, which is 76548. Okay, Harker Heights, and you click on that. All right, so as you can see, boys and girls, you can see that we have today, hourly, 10-day, weekend, monthly, the radar, and so on, okay? So if we were just going to be looking at today, I am recording this a couple of days in advance, so please bear with me. So for today in Harker Heights, as of 4/19, it is 68 degrees, and it is a lot of sunshine. So, and then if you were to keep scrolling, you'll be able to find more information about how it is throughout the entire day. So in the morning it was about 50 degrees with sunshine. That's what it is right now. And then we have the evening, 48 degrees with 5% chance of rain. So that's very little. Okay? But then as the night continues on, then there is a higher percentage of rain, but only 10%, which is not too much. So for your assignment, boys and girls, you're going to be looking at either, it's actually going to be a 7-day, but obviously that's not really an option for us here, but we will do a 10-day. Okay, so the 10-day weather for Harker Heights, Texas. So this is something that you're going to really be looking into. And the information that you are going to need is obviously the temperature. Okay, so we have the temperature. We have clear skies, low 37 degrees Fahrenheit, winds coming from the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So this is the type of information that you're going to need to write in your little organizer for the next 10 days. Okay? And humidity, remember, humidity is how much water vapor is in the air. And then it's kind of funny because, not funny, but it kind of tells you kind of cool, like when the moon is, like when you actually start seeing the moon and when the moon is starting to set, times like that. So that's pretty cool too. Now, as you can see, if you scroll down more, you're going to see what's going to be like for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so on. Okay. So this is very accurate because it is talking about the days of the week. And obviously these aren't the days that you're going to be working with. Because it's not January 5th anymore. So really important information for you to see. You see mostly cloudy or mostly sunny, 5%, 50% chance rain, things like that, and where the wind is coming from. East, southeast, 8 miles per hour. That's what that means. And you see this little arrow, and that's just all the information they're going to tell you during the day and during the evening. Okay? So this is the information that you are going to need for your week assignment, okay? Because the assignment you're going to be doing starting today, okay, you're just going to be writing the prediction. These are just predictions, boys and girls. It doesn't necessarily mean it will happen. It's a higher chance that it will happen, but as we know, weather can be very unpredictable. So starting today, you are going to be writing down from Sunday all the way to next Saturday, the weather that is being predicted, and then starting on Sunday, that's when you're going to actually write the new information, the actual what is the weather like on that specific day, the actual day. Okay, so that is what you're going to be doing for your assignment. Okay, but before we continue and you go off and you do that on your own, I am just going to briefly go over with you some weather tools. Okay, you do have a copy of this in Schoology for you to keep at home as well, or for you to just write down in your notebooks to help you study for whenever we have a quiz or when we have our test. And that's not for several weeks, so because we have a lot to learn with weather. So here is our first weather tool that you need to be recognized with, which is obviously a thermometer. A thermometer measures the temperature, how hot or cold something is. Right? So really important, okay? As you can see, we measure in Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. In America, though, we usually do Fahrenheit, and in other countries, they do Celsius. So you're going to be wanting to look on the left-hand side of a thermometer, or wherever it says F at the top. Okay. Our next one is called a windsock. So basically, a windsock shows the direction and the strength of the wind. So with this type of very low-tech tool, it basically shows us what direction the wind is coming from. Okay, so basically the sock goes in the opposite direction because the wind is pushing it the other way. And depending if it's like, super flat or if it's like super windy, because with this picture, you can see that there is a pretty good chance of wind. So it's definitely faster than probably 10 miles an hour. Okay. And so if there was like barely any wind, this whole sock would probably just be lying next to the pole. So that's what a windsock does. Ooh. Wind vane. Okay. So a wind vane shows the direction the wind is coming from. So as you can see, not sure if you can really, hopefully you can see this, but we have north, south, and then that one's east, and then this one right here is supposed to be west, and then it actually has an arrow based on where the wind is going to be coming from. And then obviously it twists and turns to basically tell you this twists and turns, not north, south, east, west. That stays the same, obviously. So this forepart stays still, and then this windmill points, this part is the one that moves and twists whenever the wind is going really fast, then it points to where the wind is coming from. So really cool. All right, an anemometer measures the speed of the wind. So this one has a little bit more technology to it because it has like little radio signals and sonar, basically a computer inside here to kind of help measure how fast or slow the wind is coming from. So basically not telling us where it's coming from, it's how fast the wind is pushing it. So that is what this is. So this one's a little bit more techy. A rain gauge. All right. So a rain gauge measures the amount of precipitation that has fallen. So as you can see, the top part is open, okay? And, this basically holds the tube and it measures how much rain has actually happened. So according to this picture, if we were to look way down here, it did not rain pretty much at all. So basically we can say 0% chance of rain, and there's not even an inch of rain that happened that day. So this kind of helps. And we do measure in inches, boys and girls. Really important for you to understand that. So this basically measures how much rain in a certain amount of time. So we would say measure it by an hour. So that's not hard. A barometer. Okay. A barometer measures air pressure and helps predict changes in the weather. So this basically tells us whether we're going to be having high pressure fronts or low pressure fronts. Now remember, boys and girls, if you don't remember what those are, don't forget to go back to Brain Pop and watch that video because it explains when there is low pressure, means it's raining and really cold, high pressure, a lot of heat. Okay? All right. Oh, and boys and girls, that wraps up the different types of tools that meteorologists use for weather. So these are really cool. And again, you do have a copy of all this in Schoology. So make sure, have fun with this fun activity that you're going to be doing starting on Sunday through the rest of the week. It is not due today, obviously. It will be due the following week. Okay? It has been a pleasure teaching you this morning, and I will talk to you later. Bye.